by Jason Kidd, who had 6 assists in the quarter.
Foul called against Anthony Johnson. Here's Garrity off the screen. It's Williams and Kemp hit the floor. McGrady double team to the corner.
Allen Houston at the top of that list for the Knicks with 53 against the Lakers.
McGrady at the free throw line, building on his point total. He has 17 points already.
Again, he's got to be able to finish that one.
Jock Vaughn back into the game for Orlando. Here's McGrady. Good look down low to a cutting Kemp.
You know, do you rate him lately?
Well, according to their stat sheet, but
yeah, this is the last play. You see,
and shot clock down at 13. McGrady has it poked away by Martin. Now to Garrity. Baseline runner
with them and rising their level of play. So we got to see.
Foul called on Martin.
There's Garrity's second shot.
Jason Kidd finding Martin. That's the 3rd time they've connected on an alley-oop play in this opening half. And Martin does it defensively, getting a hand on that Vaughn layup attempt. And Kerry Kittles turns defense into offense.
And shrunk back down to 11. Jason Kidd on the alley-oop. Once again to Kenyon Martin and the block. A block party there. Give it to anybody. The lead ahead to Kittles, and he finishes. The Nets cut into that lead, now down to 11.
Good hands defensively by Orlando. Here's Vaughn very quickly in the open floor. And he dishes to Tracy McGrady, who knows how to finish.
Boy, Vaughn on the run, and McGrady just running right along with him.
We approach 2 minutes left before halftime. Points of the paint, dominated by New Jersey, but they haven't had much of a defensive answer to that man. McGrady now with 22 points. Here's Kittles again, aggressively works baseline, hands to Collins. Misfires, but Kenyon Martin there to clean it up.
He's got to get a body. That's when the goal was probably the right decision.
Down to the final 40.8 seconds in the second quarter. Nets have been trailing for the majority of this first half. Collins taps to Jason Kidd right down low. And another jam inside for Kenyon Martin.
He can find holes, can he? Jason Kidd, what a knack. Just to be able to split people and a sense of where your teammates are and making the correct pass. Boy, he can make anybody look good.
And Jason Kidd able to strip T-Mac. Now Martin in the open floor and trailing Lucius Harris. And Harris tied up and fouled in the act of shooting by Gordon Giricek. And that will be the second on the Croatian native.
You see the anticipation from Kidd, and he takes it right at the defense. Looking for number 6 again, and it's been a good combination so far.
That's to within 11, 61-50. Shot clock turned off. McGrady.
Now they'll open up the floor and try to let McGrady create either for himself or a teammate.
T-Mac trying to take Kidd off the dribble. Excellent defense by Jason Kidd. He was draped all over McGrady. And the Nets closed out that second quarter on a solid run. McGrady's numbers very impressive. 22 points to lead all scores as we hit the halftime intermission. 24 minutes complete here at the Continental Airlines Arena. Pair of Atlantic Division rivals going head-to-head. Magic lead it 61-50.
Big third quarter, though. Important. Nets have usually had some really big third quarters during the course of the year. I'm sure Doc Rivers has mentioned that to his team, that particularly the first 5 minutes of this quarter, very important for Orlando.
And Jason Kidd connects with Martin again. Another alley-oop. And it will be Nets basketball.
You see Gooden fronting Martin. He's not even aware that Gooden did a good job of holding his ground. You're right, Kenyon did lean in.
McGrady double-teamed and a foul called as Martin came over on the help defense.
Kicked on the way up.
And
yeah, right there. It's a foul.
From three-point distance, so 3 foul shots for Tracy McGrady. And a technical foul has been called against Byron Scott. He is letting Nolan Fine hear about it. And Eddie Jordan quickly up off the bench trying to restrain Byron. Doesn't want him to get tossed here.
Well, you saw the replay, Spiro, and you got the hand out. McGrady did a good thing. He started with his shot. Now there's contact on the way up because Collins' hand is touching his chest. It's a foul. I mean, that's the correct call.
So Tracy McGrady to the free throw line. His numbers 8 of 12 from the floor, 5 of 6 at the free throw line, 22 points. McGrady spins it in his hands. McGrady stands about a foot and a half beyond the free throw line.
He doesn't like that 15-foot shot. He'd rather stretch it to 16. There you get a look. Normally you have that toe right up against the line, but you know, whatever makes you comfortable.
Here's T-Mac off a Kemp screen. Collins picks him up on the switch. T-Mac pulls up, knocks down an elbow jumper.
I'm sure he licks his chop when a center comes out to switch off on him defensively.
At the free throw line. Makes good on both attempts. Kidd now with 7 points. He has 10 assists in this game. He's going along with 5 rebounds. Kittles gets a hand on it. Jefferson up ahead for Kidd. And the next playmaker finishes.
And here's that pressure. They give it up to Garrity. See, he puts the ball on the floor there, and Kittles picks it off, leads to the Kidd bucket on the lay-in. A good job there.
69-62, under 8 minutes to play, third quarter. Here's Vaughn. That's going to that trapping defense in the backcourt. And it pays off as Orlando turns it over. Vaughn shuffled his feet.
Well, Vaughn trying to beat the trap by himself, but Orlando also, as we get a look at great pressure. Richard Jefferson does a good job forcing him to the baseline, use that, to the sideline, use that as another defender, but they're not getting someone to rotate back to the middle to be a safety valve for that point guard.
That's trailed by 11 at the intermission. Here's Kidd inside, leading in.
Tough shot.
And he backs it off the glass. As Jason Kidd able to finish inside. "25 points for Kenyon Martin as he has spearheaded the Nets' effort with some thunderous jams inside. Nets suddenly to within 5 points.
He hasn't had to add much to his repertoire. Pressure, it's worked for him last couple of times down. He'll continue it.
And another turnover by Orlando, and Jefferson is able to capitalize.
Boy,
half has dwindled down to 3 points.
Well, they're inbounding the ball to poor spots. You don't inbound the ball into the corner, you're susceptible to a steal, and that's what happened.
Piricek. Chance of defense here at the Meadowlands, and Jason Kidd steps into the passing lane. Kidd right down inside. Jefferson can't finish. Offensive rebound by Jason Kidd with 3-point strike. Now weak side. McGrady turns and faces now on Kittles. And a foul called here against Kerry Kittles. Crowd again all over the officials. As we get some substitutions now, Armstrong and Gooden are inserted. Sean Kemp and John Vaughn take a seat.
This has resulted in some great opportunities for the Nets offensively.
Shot clock down to 8. Gooden turnaround jumper. And he swishes it home. Drew Gooden now with 13 points. Get along the way. 13 out of 24. Under 5 minutes to play third quarter. Kidd left-handed pass down low. Feeding Collins. And Jason Collins kisses it off the glass.
Collins made himself big inside. Did a good job of just using that body to gather and put it in.
First 2 points on the afternoon for Collins, but McGrady turns and answers quickly for Orlando.
They're finding open men.
Here's T-Mac turning and facing on Martin. Now Kidd over on the help defense. And another foul as the Nets continue to throw double and triple teams at McGrady, but nothing is working right now. He has 28 points.
Well, they get Kidd here for the reach-in. You're right, there's 3 guys on McGrady, and it wasn't the block there on Martin. It was the reach-in by Kidd. And there's Drew Gooden last time down. I was worried about that.
He should take your advice.
Yep. Is he going to have to glue that thing on or wear it around the neck?
Getting himself into trouble.
It's a blindfold there.
McGrady at the free throw line. Hearing it from the Meadowlands crowd. He's tied the game at 79. Now McGrady turns around a double team. Up and under. Puts it down. And a foul.
Wow.
What a play by Tracy McGrady. Up and under. And he converts on a left-handed reverse play.
Now the stars are starting to shine a little bit brighter. First Jason Kidd with the baseline jumper. And then McGrady, sensing the double team, goes baseline. Watch on the way up. He hits it on the bottom of the backboard. Still maintains control, knocks it in. And that's spectacular, Tracy McGrady. I agree. Lately it's been back and forth. Tracy McGrady just a fantastic effort. Now here by Orlando defensively.
Jefferson puts it on the floor. Apparently another problem.
Come a spark for this offense. Aaron Williams playing good basketball.
Nets open up a 3-point lead. Excellent pass. T-Mac finding to Clerk down low. Both ends of the floor for both teams. Here's Kidd a three-pointer. Bounds off the side of the rim. McGrady look out in the open floor.
Kenny Martin
foul.
A long shot by Kidd. He's kicked out. And McGrady, you see, he's sensing, is he going to challenge? Is he not now? Just make it an easy dunk.
Martin thought about it. Should I try to get in there? And then the Nets back up by 1. Down to the final 10 seconds. Shot clock turned off. Scalabrine over on the help defense. T-Mac has him now isolated. McGrady through the legs, right around Beal. Up and under, off the glass. Tracy McGrady.
5 guys that time.
Kidd fires it up, way short. And Tracy McGrady caps the third quarter.